everybody, it is Monique. I am, hold on here, I'm just checking to see if people are going to be checking in here. Okay. I'm coming in here to do a little Q&A tutorial video on questions that new people have and sometimes customers who are already with us. And also I'm going to be doing a little tutorial on how to use our product. So for any of you who are new to our company, our product, our page, maybe you're thinking about becoming a customer. I've heard from a couple of people, another person this morning who's possibly interested in our product. My name is Monique, and I am the founder, creator of The Luv of Hair Beauty, our product line. And this all began for me when I was experiencing my own issues with hair loss. So a little bit about me. Over about a year, 2-year period, I started noticing that I was losing hair, and then it accelerated that hair loss significantly. And I was predominantly losing on my left side, so through here. That's where I was thinning the most, but I was losing overall. I was losing two massive, so I'm not sure if you guys can see this, two massive handfuls of hair every day. Try and angle this a little bit lower here. There. So every time I would wash my hair, I was losing two massive handfuls like that. Or if I was styling my hair. So anything to do with touching my hair at all. And it was very terrifying to me because I didn't want to lose my hair. My husband was almost completely bald. His entire crown area, so from here all the way back, was as bald as the cheek of my face. And he had a tiny little patch in the front, like maybe about that big left that was holding on. So he had started trying using some products. He hadn't had any results. We both were using products that last year. Two big mainstream ones where we used their products for 4 to 6 months each. We tried the shampoo, the conditioner, their Accelerator spray. There was a deep conditioning mask. And then we tried another company, and along with their products, we did a pill form that you take orally. Neither one of us had any results. So both of those companies, I don't like throwing names around. I've heard people mention names. Some of them are the ones we tried. Some of them aren't. We've all have our stories and, the different products and name brands that we've tried. I don't like to slaughter anyone because I do believe that some of those products probably work for some of their customers. Obviously, they've got results, and not every product works for everyone. So we tried these. They didn't work for us. We tried them over a 4 to 6 month period. And with any product that's really good, that's going to work for you, you should start to see your results within at least 2 months. You should, at least, bare minimum. If it's really working for you, like with my product, 3 to 4 weeks, and you're starting to see the beginning phases of it working, and then it significantly increases from there. So with that said, some of those products that we were using had medical ingredients. So the hair that I still had, that I hadn't lost, was very dry and brittle. It was very unhappy. I was very unhappy. I was terrified. I didn't want to lose all of my hair. And so I really didn't know what to do. And then life and circumstances were changing for me. And I'm a very think outside of the box type of person. For anyone who knows me well, you guys know. And I'm not one to just settle that things are not working. I look at all my options and I go from there. So I began educating myself. I educated myself in hair health, And then I started going outside of the box as to how I could even go about creating a product. I wasn't looking at this from any type of a business perspective. So at this point, I'm looking to try and create something where I can keep my hair from falling out and try to stimulate hair growth, the beginning of new hair growth. So I started educating myself in a lot of different areas. And then I started playing around and creating different formulas and then testing them on myself. My product is cruelty-free, 100% all natural, and 100% organic. So in the beginning phases, I just wanted it to be 100% all natural. And then once I achieved a formula that was working like that, I made it 100% organic as well. So I switched out my ingredients to full organic for everything. So that's how I began this journey, was because of my own hair loss needs. So when I'm talking to you guys or I'm posting from my own experience. And I can really relate, because I know how terrifying that is, and I know how I felt, so I can imagine how some of you were feeling. So what I did at that point was I started testing formulas. When I got one that was working really well, so the one that I went with now, that I made a couple of little tweaks to after that point, before I launched and all of those things, at the 3 to 4 week mark, I'm going to say close to the 4 week mark. So I began on my left side, so here over, treating, because that's where I was predominantly losing most. And I treated just in this very front hairline area, because that's how you're going to notice that new growth fuzz. You need to do it somewhere where it's very obvious, because when you're treating around here, it's going to be really, really obvious. You're going to see it more. Here, you will see it, but not unless you continue to use it daily, and not until it gets to a certain point in length. Like right now, I don't know if you guys can see. You can just see, you see these little fuzzies here, all popping through. Let's see if I can get a picture. When I move in a certain way, like you can see them all here. So I'll get into that a little bit more in a bit. So that's where you want to treat, as well as any other area that you want to treat. Because when that new growth fuzz starts to come through, so that 3 to 4 week mark, I could see the little tiny itty bitty fuzzes coming through in the very front area. And I got very excited because I knew it was working. So from there, I continued using it, obviously. So once a day, daily use, I really associated with brushing my teeth. So my husband, I'm pointing this out to him excitedly, and I'm like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, Alex. I'm like, look at this, it's working. So he notices, he kind of nods, whatever, right? And so that's fine. Another week goes by, and those little fuzzes went from like really itty bitty. So I don't know if you guys can see, like really itty bitty. But that's the beginning phase. So that's when you know it's working. And they went from itty bitty to about, I don't know, I'd say like 1/4 of an inch in length. So you could noticeably see, if you had paid attention, that they were grown. And at that point, he turned and looked to me and he said, do you mind making a bottle of that for me to try? And I was like, of course, sure, no problem, right? You want to try it? I'd be happy to do that. So I made a bottle for him. That's how he began being a tester and using my product. So at the 3-month mark, it was very noticeable to both of us, but it was now noticeable to other people that his hair was growing back in, because you could see all these new little hairs coming in. And he had 5 guys at work in a 2-week period ask him what he was using to get his hair to grow back. And he replied, the only thing I've been using is this product my wife created. So that's how all of this began. At that point, we were getting a lot of people commenting on. So to go back to me, once I seen that new hair fuzz coming in on my left side here, I began treating my right side as well. But I was still just doing here. And then within about a week or so, I began going through here more. But mostly I was still testing and just doing this front phase area. So I was getting a little bit through here. It was about the 4 to 5 month mark where I started going more through all of here. And then I started also doing my crown area. Because that's when I realized how well it was working. And for me, it was about the 6 to 8 week mark where I noticed a big difference in the amount of hair I was losing. So from going to lose 2 massive handfuls of hair, right? At about the 8 week mark, I noticed, let's say about 20-30% reduction in hair loss. That's really good. You know that's working. By the 3 month mark, it accelerated up like 50-60%. And then by like 4 month and on, it was like 70%. And then like 100% down to like normal amount hair loss, which is like roughly like a size of a toonie. And it was phenomenal. I was so happy. So at the point where people are noticing and things like this, I'm like 4 or 5 months into the testing process with both myself and my husband. And it was at that point where I was like, this is something that's really working well. It's not gender-based. It's working for men and women. Different hair loss issues and causes. There's several different types of hair loss reasons why people lose hair. There's hereditary. There is stress, which I think a lot of people do. There's disease. There is hormonal changes, so old age, pregnancy, perimenopausal, menopausal. There is when your body goes through treatment for cancer. So one of my clients, we call her C, and she has now been in remission from cancer for over 3 years. And I actually seen her, or I should say around 3 years in remission. I ran into her at the end of last year, shortly after I launched my business, and I was doing marketing. And she actually approached me and asked me some questions about my business, and then she asked for me to stay behind. Sorry, getting in an iced coffee here. And my throat's getting dry, so it's time to take care of me. So I seen her doing marketing, and she asked me to stay behind, pulled me aside, and then she started talking to me and telling me about her journey, her story, and how she had had brain cancer. She had tumors. They went in, they removed them, and she did chemo and radiation, and thankfully she's in remission and she's cancer-free. Knock on wood. Very happy for her. During that process, she had had a lot of hair, and she lost almost all of her hair. So she was wearing a wig when I saw her. And I can only imagine how that made her feel. And she was like me and so many other men and women, tried a lot of the big mainstream products, one of which I had tried as well. And she had tried several, and she was still using one when we met, and had had no progress, no results, no new hair regrowth, nothing. So we had a long conversation. She expressed interest and wanted to try my product. I gave her a lot of information. I spent a lot of time with her, and I meet with her still to this day every 4 to 6 weeks-ish, and we talk frequently. And she also is very wonderfully offered to do pictures, and she meets with me and we do pictures without her wig to show her progress. So I asked her to stop using whatever it was she was using. I gave her some recommendations. I didn't give her product names, but she asked to see what I was using, so I shared that with her. The main thing is when you're looking for a shampoo and conditioner, you have to find one that works for your hair needs. All our hair are different. Mine's naturally curly, and it's thin, believe it or not, but it's very frizzy, and it's got a mind of its own. So for me, I don't get oily hair, but I need the moisture. So to keep my curls hydrated and keep them from frizzing and all of those things. So I gave her the same information that I'll give you guys. Like if you're looking for a shampoo and conditioner, you want one with no dyes, no SLS, no parabens, no medical ingredients. Okay? And then there's certain ingredients you can look for within your shampoo and conditioner that will hydrate and nourish your hair and your follicles. And that's gonna vary a bit from person to person because we're all different hair types. So for me, it is a huge benefit to me to find one with coconut oil in it. Keratin's another really good one. Jojoba, which is, so two of those are ingredients within my product as well. And it's very important to get the right combination of ingredients and things that are going to be very specific to your hair type that are not going to create heaviness or weight on your hair. You want your hair to be moisturized and nourished, but without being heavy. And you don't want anything building up on your scalp and your follicles and your roots and all of that. So when you wash and condition your hair, when your hair is dry, your hair should feel smooth and soft. It shouldn't feel heavy. It shouldn't feel weighted. It shouldn't feel oily or greasy. I hear that a lot. So I gave her the same information that I gave you guys. She found a shampoo and conditioner, a reasonably priced set. That's what she used, and the only thing she used was my product. And within the first 4 weeks, she started to notice new hair growth. She uses it once a day on her entire head, and if you've seen her collages, I'm trying to work to get better ones done. I'm going to be posting more content. I'm going to be working on that. And I'm also, I'm heading away this week, but I will be taking work with me. So I'll be filling and sending and shipping orders, and I will be available for questions and all of that. But I will be meeting with her when I get back, unless there's time tomorrow. But anyway, we'll see from there. Because it has to work with her schedule as well. Anyway, C has had amazing results. If you see her pictures and you look, so all her hair was one length. She had no new growth, no hairs, no little fuzzies, no flyaways, no broken hairs, nothing. I asked her to confirm that. So when she started using our product, she didn't even tell her husband she was using it. And he started noticing about the 2.5, 3 month mark. He said, your hair looks different. It looks fuller. Because at home, she doesn't wear her wig. She said, I throw that thing off as soon as I can. She only wears it when she works or goes out in public. So he started to notice. And it was at that point she told him what she was doing. And she continued using it. So her family and her friends who are close and they come over, they see her without her wig. And she's had incredible results. She's still getting more new growth. And her hair growth, the length, it's like, I haven't seen her since early August. So the last time I saw her, like the hair length was like this long. That's from the end of January of this year to August. So February, March, April, May, June, July. So in 6 months, 6 to 7 months, and it's all over the back, throughout, all throughout her head. She's ecstatic because she's like, it works. She said, you have, and this is one of the wonderful things that I love about what I do. I love about my job and turning this into a business and a company where I can help other people. She said, you have no idea how happy you've made me and how much of a difference you've made in my life. You restored my confidence. And she said, I have so much hope. And it's such a wonderful feeling. And it's so wonderful to hear that feedback and to know that you've made such a wonderful difference in someone's life, especially someone who's gone through such a big battle with battling an aggressive cancer and, you know, doing all the treatment and surgery and coming out of that, to be able to give them that back is so wonderful. So that's just one really great example. Like I said, there's pictures and stuff in the album. There's an album here on this page. There's an album on my business page, The Love of Hair Beauty. I post people's pictures quite frequently just so that people see this stuff. So that's how this all came to fruition. Hi, Ziva. One of our dogs just come in. Hi, Z. Come here. I know. It's very hot out. Come here. Come here. Come here. Sorry, guys. Yeah, you have a drink. She's having a drink of water. So that's how this all became to fruition. That's how I began my own company. That's how I began creating this product and why I created this product. It wasn't just one day I thought, oh, I should create this. Granted, I do get ideas all the time, but I did it basically out of my own need and then my husband's need. He's had an incredible results as well. His pictures and collages are up. He doesn't use it daily now. He did for the first year, and his results are incredible. He's got 70 to 80% of all of his hair coming back in. It's still a bit thin in this area. If he used it daily, that would be growing back way faster, but he's really happy and he knows it's working. So he just continues using it to his discretion because he works away, and when he's home, he volunteers with our local department. Today, he's home. He's out in the shop right now. He's working on our camper because we're leaving Wednesday. So yeah, like if he used it more often, yeah, he would get that filling in more, but he knows it's coming and he's happy with that. So that's all that really matters. Just like some customers and clients, they have different hair needs and they don't wash and style their hair every day. So when they do wash and style, that's when they use it. So they use it like every 2 or 3 days, so 2 or 3 times a week. And that's fine. You just have to understand that you're not going to see your results and progress as early, and it's not going to progress as quickly as somebody who uses it on a daily basis. So that's why I tell people, especially in like the first 3 to 4 months, use it daily if you can, depending on what your hair needs and styling needs are, because you're going to see your progress and your results faster. You're going to stimulate and get that new hair growth faster, and that's what's going to show you that A, it's working for you, and B, give you that reassurance that you know it's working. And it kind of inspires you to use it on a daily basis because at that point you really know it's working, right? So that's how this all began. I've had a few questions around like, how much do you get in a bottle? How long does it work and stuff like that? So I'm going to try and go through some of that quickly. And then I'm going to actually take my hair down and I'm going to show you very quickly how you apply it. And I'll do that at the end. And before I do that, I'm going to have a sip of coffee. And I hope you guys are all enjoying this beautiful long weekend. Here in Alberta, it's beautiful. It's really hot here again today. But I really do hope that you guys are all enjoying and having a relaxing or exciting weekend, however, want your weekend to be. Okay, so one of the questions is this product just for hair loss? The answer to that is no. This product was created with your overall entire 360-degree hair health in mind. So with that said, what this product does is it works to reduce your hair loss so that your thinning becomes less and less to a normal amount. A normal amount for every person, and some people will shed this amount every day and some people shed less, but a normal amount is 100 strands per day. So it works to reduce the thinning. It stimulates at the same time new hair growth. It accelerates the growth of your hair, so the hair you have as you're starting treatment, and it nourishes and it restores the health of your hair. Now my other dog's coming in. Hold on. Hi, Abby. Yes, you should come in. It's very hot out. Just give me 1 second, you guys. I'll be right back. I'm just going to go close the front door so they can't go outside. It's way too hot. Hi, Abs. No, you're staying there. I know. You don't. Yeah. You go relax and have a drink of water. Mom duties never end. All right, you guys. So, as I was saying, so it works for all of these different, sorry, here, trying to get back in place. So it works for all of these areas. The reduction of your thinning hair so that you don't lose as much hair. It stimulates your new hair growth. It accelerates the growth of the hair that you have and the growth of the hair, new hair that's stimulated to come in. That new growth. It'll accelerate the growth of all of that, and it nourishes and restores the health of your overall hair. Okay, so I had an event start. So I washed my hair Friday. So Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, Monday. So today is 3 days since I washed my hair. And I styled it Saturday evening before I went out. I put a bunch of loose curls in and then I just pinned it up. And then I did spray a tiny little bit of light hairspray, just a little bit, to kind of keep a little bit of it in. Brushed it out yesterday morning, brushed it out again today, you guys. Like, it's still soft. It's still shiny and healthy. Yes, I used my spray yesterday on my hair, even after styling it. You can see I used it the day that I washed. I used it the day that I was getting ready for the event. I used it yesterday, and I will use it again today. So I did go from daily use to 2 to 3 times a week. And any of you who follow my page seen, I went in, and because we have a property, we're rurally, I do a lot of outdoor chores and things like that. And I had a lot of dead ends and dried frizzy bits. And even though my overall hair health was really good, the ends were starting to get a little bit crispy. So I went in, and normally I color and cut my own hair, but I decided to go in and see someone because they see the whole 360 of your hair. Had a conversation about not touching my new hair growth, which we'll get into here in a little bit. You can see, like, when I just very quickly, this is new hair growth, and allowed her to take off almost 4 inches of my hair, and you can see it's still very long. But I want to accelerate and keep the health of my hair, and I want to accelerate the growth of my hair. So I'm using it daily to get the speed and get the length of my hair out. And granted, it's still quite long, don't get me wrong. For most people, they're like, oh, your hair is very long. But to go almost 4 inches shorter, that was a big shell shock to me. But I knew I have my amazing and wonderful organic hair growth accelerator spray. So I went from using it about 3 times a week for my maintenance, which is another question, to daily use. Once I get the length of my hair out a bit more, then I'll go back to maintenance again. Okay. 2, how do you know all these things and how to create this product? Okay, well, while I was educating myself on hair and hair health, I started looking into different ways of creating this product. Sorry. I thought I was going to sneeze or burp. So I went about trying different things and then found one that worked. I wanted to make sure that what I was doing was 100% what I should be doing. So I read a lot of research, then I did my own research, and then I was quite happy and content that I knew that what I had done was all, according to. So that's the right levels and how much to use of what and what ingredient and how it works and how it can work in pair with another ingredient to, have it work better, all of these different things. But I wasn't satisfied with that. So at the beginning of this year, I went and I actually got my diploma of certification in aromatherapy, because that's the base for some of my product and the ingredients, and was very happy to see that everything that I did was what I should have been doing. Educational wise, being certified and have my diploma, it just gives me a lot more information. It also helps me if I want to branch off in different areas, which I'm contemplating with, and that thing. I am also currently working on another project and product, and when I can talk about that more, right now it's in the baby beginning phase, I will let you guys know, because I will be looking for a certain amount of people who would like to be a tester, and it's one I've had a lot of interest in. So now that I'm getting time to focus on that a bit more, I've got my packaging for that. I've got my initial formula and I'm testing it. Sorry, felt like a little fuzzy. I am currently testing it myself, and it's exciting because the results are really good with it. So I will be talking a bit more. It's just a bit of a teaser for you guys, but I know there's a lot of ladies out there who are very interested in this, and I'm looking forward to sharing more with you about that. I'm hoping somewhere in the next 2 to 3 months I'll be able to launch more details and able to get it together to go out to customers who want to be in that initial testing group and phase, which is really exciting. I only got it added to my commercial general liability insurance right before we went away, and quickly started working to create a formula, my first one to try, and so far it's going good. I may tweak it again before I hand it out to people to be testers, and I like to test something really well myself before I bring other people into the loop with it as well, because I want to make sure that I'm satisfied with it going out. It may get tweaked again once it goes out, but it needs to be where I'm satisfied with before. I'm a little bit of not a perfectionist, but I don't believe in just throwing something half-assed, I guess is the best way to put it out there. I want to give it some time. But anyway, I will come in and do more on that. So another question is, how does it work? Which I kind of went into. So what you do is you find the areas that you want to treat. It may be just a small area. Maybe you're like, maybe you were just really losing that spot. Maybe you're not having a lot of reduction in hair loss other than the one area. So a smaller area, you're gonna pick that. You take your bottle, you give it a couple like this. You just want all the ingredients to meld and mix up together. And that is because there is a little bit of oil base in there. So you want to make sure it mixes well with everything. And then you're going to spray, you rub it in, you stimulate with your fingers or a comb, and that's it. When you're spraying it on and you rub it in, that's ensuring it stays in the area that you want to treat. Okay? When you're stimulating with your fingertips or the comb, that's stimulating your hair follicles and roots so that the product is going directly in. So as you stimulate, it'll absorb, and it magically works just like this together. It's kind of like how a puzzle will fit together. When you're doing that, that's what's creating the product to absorb and those ingredients to work. That's just how it works. So with daily consistent use, you're going to continue to do that and stimulate and stimulate. You want to let it absorb for a good, I would say good 10 to 15 minutes. I would go that 15-minute mark if you can. If you're styling your hair and you're worried about time, if you wear makeup, or if you're like me, I do Lashify lashes. So I do my own lashes as well at home. And you could take a break from this while it's drying, and you could do your makeup or wash, cleanse your face, moisturize, find some other things that you can do, or just take a break, maybe enjoy your coffee, which I'll have it smell again. And, you find a way to put it into your schedule. Me, I associate it with brushing my teeth. So first thing in the morning when I get up and I wash and cleanse my face, I moisturize, I brush my teeth, and then I do my spray. I've been doing it obviously now for almost 2 years. So for me to do all of this in my crown, so this crown area, I can be done in 8 minutes max. I can even be faster than that when I want to be. It really is quick and simple and easy to use. Another one is, how long will a bottle last me? So it says 3.9 fluid ounces, just because it's not filled right to the very tippy top, and that's to avoid leakage. But I do have new bottles, which I tell my clients, if you prefer glass, I will send it to you. But I've switched to a plastic version that's BPA free, and it's eco-friendly, and it's amber Boston round, just like the bottle, but it actually holds a little bit more. So you're going to get a minimum of 4 fluid ounces. When you're using it daily, you don't need to spray a whole bunch. You only really need, like I said, you see this? Like a couple of little pumps. And then you're going to stimulate. And you'll see that more when I actually show you a little tutorial here once I go through some of these questions. So you don't need a lot. It's very quick and easy to use. It smells wonderful. So I've had a lot of compliments and comments about how they love the scent. It's not a strong scent. It's very light. It's very fresh. The product is not oily, super oily at all. Don't be afraid when you see a little bit of oil on the top. That's why I tell you to shake it before you use it. You want that and the ingredients, and then the other main ingredient, which is, 85% of this bottle is water. Shake it up, it mixes everything up. It goes on very light. It's very fresh scent. It's not heavy. It's not greasy. It's not oily. It really is. That was one of the things with testing the formulas, was getting the right amount of ingredient mixed in, so it wouldn't be heavy, wouldn't be oily, wouldn't be greasy, and getting the right amount to have everything work well together. We talked a little bit about what causes hair loss. That was another one. Does it work for men and women? Yes. I have predominantly 90% of my clients are women, but 10-ish% are men, and they're having good results. There's only one man, which is my husband, so far that's been willing to share pictures, but I've heard feedback back, and I've got a couple more testimonials, and I have another male client that is interested in the product and said they are purchasing it as well. So yes, it does work well for men and women. I just happen to have more women clients than men. How long does it take to start to see results? We talked about that as well. If you're using it on a daily basis, you're going to see the new hair growth fuzz begin at the 3 to 4 week stage. If you're not using it daily, so if you're using it every let's say 2 to 3 times a week, it's going to be double that. So you're looking at probably 8 to 10 week period before you start to see that new baby hair fuzz, and then it will continue to grow from there. And this is the same thing with your reduction in hair loss. So say I started to really notice it at the 8-week mark, you're going to be 12, 14 week, maybe even up to 16 week to really notice a reduction in your hair loss. So it's about consistency and use. If you can, daily. If you can't, then just understand that it's going to be longer before you see your results. And it's patience. It's a big one. It's a hard one for a lot of us. Patience. Because it takes time for your hair, those follicles and roots, and then for them to respond to the treatment. So daily use, patience, key factors. Does it work at any age? Yes. Oh my goodness. So another testimonial for you. Another one of my clients, and I can use her name. Her name is Ayla. She's 18 years old, and she is a swim coach instructor. So she reached out to me. We were talking, let's say, early March of this year. She is in a chlorine pool for her job, for her work, every week, several days a week, and the chlorine wreaked havoc on her hair, 18 years old. So she asked me if it would restore the health of her hair. And I said, it will, but I don't really have anyone who has been using, I don't really have anybody who's been using the product who was a swim coach in a chlorine pool. So I don't really know, like, because you're going to be constantly exposing yourself to the chlorine, if it will help enough that you'll see, or if the chlorine will have an adverse effect because you're continuously in the chlorine. So she was like, okay, well, she wanted to try it. She tried it. Excuse me. She got back to me at 3 to 4 weeks. She said not only was her hair health restored and it was not brittle, it was soft and healthy again. 18 years old, and she said, I have new hair regrowth fuzz too. Yeah. And I have clients from 18 years of age all the way up to in their 70s. And everyone within that age bracket is having results and progress. So age, gender does not play a factor or role. Another one, which we talked about, how long after using it can I wash or style my hair? So after you apply the product, please don't wash your hair. If you apply it in the morning and you wash your hair at night, that's okay. That's a huge, let's say 12, 14 hour span of time. Plenty of time for it to absorb and fully absorb and, you know, let your roots and your follicles get all the nutrients and everything and do the work it needs to do. That's okay. But please don't go and put it in and then wash your hair an hour or two later. If you have to do that, you're just going to have to suck it up and you're going to need to use the product again right after you wash your hair, because that's not going to help with the product and how it works. For styling your hair, try and wait that 15-minute period, and then, you know, after that, style your hair just as you normally would. Whether it's a blow dryer, a curling iron, a flat iron, whatever you normally use, you do. That's what I've done. I've had phenomenal results. I'm on my 4th round of new hair growth, and there's more constantly coming in all over because I have not stopped using my product. I want to, right now I'm back on daily use, but I was on a maintenance use of, say, 3 times a week for, oh my goodness, let me think. I got my hair cut at the beginning of August, so easily 8 to 10 months maintenance. Easily. And I still had more new hair growth coming in with maintenance amount used, and I still retained my reduction in hair loss and my hair health. So that's kind of the answer to that one. And it also answers, do I have to use it continually every day to keep getting results? Or can I stop using it, and or will my hair start to fall out? So I can tell you this, because one of my clients stopped using it. It was just because she had some things going on, and it was a 3-week period, and she was thinning, like the reduction, her hair loss was quite significant. So when she stopped using the product after 3 weeks of not using it at all, she started losing a lot of hair again. And her hairdresser, actually, she had already just started using it. I think she said like the day before she saw her, she started using it again. And her hairdresser said, Helen, what are you doing? And she said, you need to start using that product again, because she said, you're losing a lot of hair again. And she said, did you stop using it? She said, yes. And she said, well, you need to start using it again. So I can say that if you stop using it altogether cold turkey, that you will probably start losing a large amount of hair again. So if you're on a maintenance and you're using it, say 3 times a week, you're still using the product, which is a great thing, because it's going to be for your overall hair health, and it's going to continue giving you results. But your bottle's going to last you double as long, so you're not going to be spending as much. And really, when it comes to your overall health and it comes to your hair health, that's a pretty good deal. So a bottle sells for $62.95 Canadian. That's before tax or shipping. So if you're getting 2 to 3 months out of a bottle because you're in maintenance mode, that works out to $20 to $30 a month. That's a pretty good deal. Let me see here. When do I apply it? You apply it whenever it works for you and your schedule. Hair can be wet, hair can be dry. Sorry, I feel like a fuzz here. The best time to apply it is when your hair is freshly washed and clean, because you'll absorb 100% throughout. There's no buildup, there's no grease, there's no product residue. your follicles and roots are wide open to receive, everything's perfect conditions. But it doesn't have to be freshly washed every time you apply it. I don't wash every day. I wash 2 to 3 times a week, and it works wonderfully. You've seen the results that I've had. You guys all have seen the pictures. If you're new, you haven't, go to the album, look at the pictures. I try and post them every now and then just to kind of be current. But you applying it is with your schedule. C, the cancer remission lady, she applies it at night. When she gets home from work, she showers, washes the hair that she has and her new hair that's coming in, and then that's when she applies it. And she said it's wonderful. And she said when she goes to put her wig on, there's a band. So I don't know if you guys have ever seen or know anybody who wears a wig for those type of reasons, but it's a plastic clear band like this, and it goes up and on and it sits. And she said now with all the new hair growth and all the pieces, she has to use a bit of the spray. So she'll spray a little bit just to smooth everything back when she puts the band on to keep things in place. And now the back of her hair, so at the very back here, you see my pieces. She said that's so long she has to use bobby pins to pin them up. And she said over 2 years, never had to do that. She said it's so amazing. We talked about the shampoo and conditioners that you guys should use. Clear, no dyes, no medical ingredients, no absorbic acids. Read your ingredient list, no parabens, no dyes, and no strong scents either, right? If it's a really strong scent or smell, that's a big indicator. Don't use it. And when you're in the store shopping, you can pop the lid up and you can smell. You can also squeeze a tiny little bit out on your hand if you need to, or you could look, you're more than capable of doing that. And it's your hair, it's your health. You have to be responsible. It's the same thing for results, right? There are a few people who've gotten the product and they just can't get into the routine of using it. And I feel for them because it's a struggle for them. And I have no control over whether someone uses it on a daily basis. I have no control over how they use it, when they use it, or if they use it properly. I can only tell you how it's supposed to be used and what works best, and then kind of give that to you. And then some people, it works with their schedule of when they do their hair and things like that, and that's fine as long as you're using it properly and you understand that your results, are going to be a bit more delayed. And now I've got probably I'm going to say close to 15 to 20 hairdressers that are recommending my product, that their clients continue using my product because they've seen the differences and the changes in their clients' hair, and they know that that product is working really well for them. And I actually am working, so that's really phenomenal because the hairdressers are now starting to go, hey, wait a minute, what is this product? This is working really great. This is what you've been using. Keep using it. So that's a huge compliment. How fast does my hair grow out? And how often will I need to color it? So for me, like I was saying, initially, like I color my hair. I've got gray/white, all pretty much white now. And initially, before I started doing this, I created this product, started testing all this. I could get away with every 6 to 7 weeks coloring my roots, probably about the 6-week mark, really. Now, 3 to 4 weeks max. That 3.5-week mark is pretty much where I do it. I got my hair done right before we went away on vacation. And very shortly after we came back, I needed to do it because the white was very predominant. And so that's how quickly things are going to grow out. I think my husband's on his way up here, so I'm going to try and do this really quickly. So how to apply it is very simple and very easy to do. I use my fingers, but if you want to use a pick or a comb, I'm just going to do 1 or 2 sections real quickly. Don't bark, girls, don't bark. So you take a pick or your fingers and you want to pick and find your hairline, wherever it is you want to treat. You guys can kind of see in the lighting here, I've got a little hairline picked out. So you want to go, sorry, I'm not used to this. You want to give 3 or 4 pumps. Sorry, this is going to go better this way. Let me pretend like I'm taking a picture on my phone so I can actually do this right, because I'm getting very... So you pick your hairline. Let's see if you can see. There, that's better. And I can see it better too. So you're going to give your bottle a few shakes right before you use it, and you're going to spray 1, 2, 3, 4. That did, sorry, it started to run because I have my head tilted down. So that did from here to here, 4 little quick little pumps. You want to rub it in, okay? And then I'm using my fingers to stimulate, but you can use your comb at this point to stimulate, okay? Brush it either way. And go from there. So remember I said I like to do my crown. So you see, as I open it up, the hairline goes back further. 3 pumps, 1, 2, 3. And you can feel it with your hands. It's just slightly wet, damp. That's all you need. You don't need a ton. If you want to spray more, give it. Like, it's whatever your comfort level is. I've not had anyone really from overuse getting any better results, but if you feel better knowing you got more product in that area, spray whatever you want. Just make sure you get enough on the root line that you can feel its dampness, and then you go from there. So then you would pick another spot. So let's just take this for an example, because it's right here, it's in the front. So I've got a really bad scar from an accident years ago, so there's a line that no hair ever grows on. And that's just how that works. And then once again, stimulate with your fingertips or with your comb. And you can do side to side, however you want to do it, and that is how you apply. And you would just go through and spray it wherever you want. Like, look at the shine, hair health, right? I put it all over my hair from top to bottom. Once again, like, it's not just for the hair regrowth and to reduce hair thinning. I want the overall hair health, and especially right now for the daily use again, I want my hair to accelerate and grow out. Like I said, it's long. You can see it's long, but it was quite a bit longer before, and it will get there. I guarantee you by Christmas it'll be where it was before, if not very, very close. Because I tend to be growing an inch of hair a month minimum, sometimes more than that. So anyway, that's a little bit about that. That's how you apply it. Like I said, make sure you also do somewhere in the front. So let's just say, you know, that front hairline. and then you want to rub and stimulate. And then you're going to be looking for that new hair growth fuzz to be coming in right along that hairline. And you're also treating the other places, so that as you start to notice it here, you're going to notice it in here, here, wherever else you've treated. And it'll continue to grow, because if you wait, you've now got 4 more weeks before it'll start to pop through in other places. I am going to come in and do another one another time. I don't know if I'll be able to separate here the new hair growth, the newest, but I did show you guys a little bit before. Just because it's all pulled down, really I need to take time, wet it, pull it all down, and then straighten it. It's a process, but I did post some pictures right before I went away, and I will try and come in here and post them here today before I go on to my to-do list, so you guys can see. So that was the newest hair growth. And then as we were chatting, I tried to get a couple of little pictures and point them out to you. They pop out everywhere throughout. That's because I use it through this whole area and this crown like crazy. So they're still coming in. And I'll just continue to get more and more new hair growth because I continue to use the product consistently, even though I do switch to a maintenance level at a certain point. And that's just how this product works, right? And that's what I want. I want, even if I didn't want any more new hair growth coming in, the overall benefits of the hair health outweigh everything. And then also the reduction in hair loss, obviously, is a big one too. So if any of you guys are interested, you can go to the Facebook page or you can message me here. The business website is www.TheLuvofHairBeauty.ca. You can get more information. You can see customer pictures, testimonials you can read. You can see a bit more information about myself, about the company, about the product, that kind of information. You can place orders on the website. There's 2 ways you can save money. If you want to subscribe and save, you can get a discount by doing a subscription. Or if you try a bottle and you really like it, and you see that it's working for you, or you have someone else that might be interested in trying the product, when you buy 3 bottles, you get free shipping. So that's a $20 discount right there, because I do a flat rate shipping within Canada, and it's $19.99. So those are a couple of ways to save money. And then we do run sales and discounts throughout the year, and you can always look for that and take advantage of the discount code. You can order 2 ways through the website that I gave you guys, and it's going to be attached to this post if it'll let me go in and add it. If not, if you go to the Facebook page, The Love of Hair Beauty, all the links for the website, Instagram, LinkedIn, all of those pages are on the home page. So you can get to them there, or you can private message me and you can do an e-transfer. I will give you your total and your order will ship same day. If you order through the website, it's 2 to 3 days, usually 2 days, but it depends if there's a holiday or what have you. So I think that's it for right now. I'll be back in with you guys again in a little bit. Ziva, her dad came in, so she's barking. I gotta go here because it's gonna get loud, and I'm sure you guys don't want to hear a barking German Shepherd. But I hope you guys all take care. If you have any questions at all about the product, how to use it, any of those things, please feel free to reach out to me. I'm available, and I'm more than happy to answer your questions. And I hope you have a great rest of your long weekend. Take care, you guys. The Love of Hair Beauty, and we will chat again soon.